Yo, wagwan. Tish your boy, Jeton, legendary. And look here, folks. We have 3 unlikely styles of character within this game, okay? When it comes to Red Guard, that's more of your black/Arabic, okay? When it comes to Bretons and Nords and all those folks, those are clearly your Nordic white folks and your not so Nordic white folks, okay? Then you have your elves and your orcs. But you know who is unknown and unheard of? Is the Latin folks, I think. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know the full lore and scope of the Elder Scrolls. So I'm not sure if there are some Elder Scroll variant of Latin characters and Elder Scroll variant of a Native American character. I guess that would be Redguard. But we have 1 Native and 2 Latin folks, okay, for this photo session. Alright, boom, bam, bop. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification bell, share with your family, share with your people, join the Legendary Clan Sport channel, become legendary. I do all things photography, virtual, real life, oh, and cinematics, virtual, real life, and sometimes AI. With that being said, let's get into it. Alright, this looks like a good spot. Check the fit, you know what I mean? I realized that I don't use enough vanilla gear. Now, obviously, this is modded vanilla gear, but it is vanilla gear. I was, what was I doing? Oh, let me get the, I want to have the gun in her hand. I know, of course, with this character being native, that a lot of folks, you know, they're like, well, it's not Latin, it's not Latin. I understand. But, I only got 2. I only got 2 Latin characters. So I figured, much like I did on Cyberpunk some time ago with the first episode I did with the Asian characters, there was 1 Polynesian. I'm like, I only got... It takes a long time to make these characters. I usually make each of my characters their own body type. So usually where it might take you like an hour to make a character, it's a little longer with my process. It's a little longer because I make them their own body types too. So it was not a quick process. It never is. I figured people would understand though. And other news, you know what I'm saying? I was making some guide videos. I'm like, you know what? I don't make enough guide videos. I've been doing photos on all these various games, especially like Skyrim, for so dang long. Why have I not done any guides yet, you know? So, I got 2 done. Call of Duty and Skyrim. This map is the map, the whole zone, everything. A little more dense color. Make that a little stronger. The lighting slightly darker. That's good. Boom. So, hopefully folks understand. Most people did when I did with the 1 Samoan character and the 2 Asian characters. There's only a couple people that was a little iffy on it, but that's fine. That's fine. If it's a couple, that's cool. That's cool. Boom. Snap that. That's picture number 1. And boom. I was prepping up to record this video. I now have an eyelash in my eye, so vision is obscured. Okay, I'm viewing out of 1 eye currently, so this is gonna be tough. You gotta work with me here. Left eye is disabled. Left eye is disabled. You feel what I'm saying? All the time I was setting up, it took me like an hour to get started on this video. Because I was setting up, getting ready to record a video for the gaming channel. Where I was messing around on some older Call of Duties and looking at all my emblems. I was getting them downloaded. Nothing. I was all good. Prepping to record this, putting her body type on and... Man, hold up. So you just gonna watch this much of the video, and you not even gonna subscribe? Nah, don't wave to them. They ain't even hit the subscribe button. Come on now, hit that subscribe button. Recording intros and stuff and make sure the guide videos I did were any good. Nothing. As soon as I hit the record button on this video, eyelash to the eyeball, baby. Eyelash to the eyeball, son. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, though. I'm trying to set up, like I said, I'm trying to set up to do do a Call of Duty video because I deleted 2 Call of Duty videos. I usually do not touch my videos, but there was a reason for this one this time. Man, shoot. Call of Duty, dude. Great game. Realistically, there's nothing actually really wrong with Call of Duty. There's something wrong with the community, though. Everybody and their mother is cheating, dude. It's ridiculous. So they had added this gun, not a gun, an attachment. They added an attachment to one of the guns on Black Ops 6. It's the Goblin Mark II for those who play Call of Duty. For those who do not, it's a real ugly Australian gun, which is no surprise from guns coming out of Australia. They don't really have the fanciest looking weapons. It's a 7.62 by 51. It's 308. So for all my non-gun folks who like, what the fuck did he just say? Bunch of random numbers. That is a fairly large bullet. Okay, I remember maybe it'll pop up on the screen. I probably won't, but if I do, it'll pop up on the screen. Dang, this sun moving fast as fuck. Slow down, man. The fuck? I'm trying to find a good gun pose here. Looking for something that makes it look like she's holding the gun, but considering these poses and where I had to get them, I probably won't find anything like that. Nah. Fingers is all through the gun. It's a 7.62 by 51. It's a big bullet, right? So what they did was, before I get any more distracted, why is it fucking raining? Let me work, baby. Okay, it is a strong gun. It's one of the stronger guns in the assault rifle category. It's a semi-auto gun. It's a good gun. But with these bullets, it's a better gun. A little busted, if I'm being honest. It makes you feel like you're cheating. The problem is, you're not. A lot of other people are. It's raining again? Goodness gracious, it's been raining all dang for the past 3 days. That's surprising. For this dang desert, we need it. But, you know, makes you feel like you're cheating. Problem is, you're not. We both playing, me and my brother, we playing the game. And we're killing people and crap. Shoot, half the time we're doing pretty dang good. Smacking cheaters. I'm using this dang freaking cheating gun. That's what it feels like. I'm going ham. I'm doing my thing. I just realized her hand is colliding into her thigh. So that's not gonna work. What happens when your character got too much hips? So we doing our dang thing. We having kinda. Well, actually, no. Let me correct that. We doing our thing, but we're not having fun. So I'm sitting here playing. We both playing. At one point, I'm shooting people left and right and getting non-stop assist. Now, in the modern day of Call of Duty, they like to call it eliminations, so the person that's playing can feel better about what they're doing. You know dang well you ain't actually getting that many kills, but it's so you don't quit so fast. Well, me being an old school Call of Duty player, I know the difference between an actual kill and a fucking assist. And I'm getting non-stop dang assists. There was a dude laying on the ground in front of me. He didn't see me. I was trying to hurry up and reload. I reloaded. I shot the man 3-4 times with this rocket launcher gun that does 40 damage per shot. And somehow somebody else got the kill with 1 bullet. I was about to quit right there, dude. I'm like, let something like that happen again. I'm out, son. Son, I'm out. So I was like, you know what? I can't take this map anymore. We went over to Nuketown instead. Man, shoot, it got worse, dude. You ever get in those? I don't know how many of y'all play Call of Duty, but you ever get in those games where you are fighting for your life? You're the only person on your entire team going positive. Now take that, and it was just me and my brother. We're the only 2 going positive in majority of these fucking games. I'm like, why are we playing this? And he was like, I don't know. I'm about to get on Fortnite. And we both just immediately got off. The problem with the modern Call of Duty, dude, is it's not what it once was. And the real issue is not even the actual Call of Duty. It's the people that's playing the Call of Duty. There's just too many cheaters. And now let's say people are like, oh, there's not that many cheaters. Oh, there's not that many cheaters, which would be a freaking lie. Well, let's say that person was right, alright? Let's say there isn't actually that many cheaters. The real issue, too, is the amount of people who don't play casual no more. Everybody and their mama trying to get big off of some video games. It's raining harder than it was before. Come on, I'm trying to record a video, baby. I don't, you know what I mean? I'd be too scared. Power outages are extremely rare here, but you don't want to take that chance. Power outage is to be the reason your computer shuts off. Also be the reason you lose a whole lot of files and stuff. Not super hard at the moment, but it's hard enough. It's harder than it was earlier, that's for sure. But I'm keeping an eye on it. But man, so let's narrow it down, right? Let's say not that many people are cheating. Here's the thing that a lot of people don't be picking up on, okay? The cheaters is the minority of your problems sometimes, because you got to think about the fools who don't be coming home from jobs. I mean, coming home from their jobs, coming home from school. Maybe they got to run some long errands because maybe they got like a business or something. They got to go out and they got to do things. Some people, they not going out and going to go do things. They doing Call of Duty from the moment they wake up to the moment they go to sleep, dude. You not doing that. They are. So you might be thinking, oh, this guy's cheating. Nah, he ain't cheating. He just been playing for the past 10 fucking hours. And then if I'm being 100% honest, it is getting harder. It's definitely getting harder. The rain. I might have to finish this video another time. That rain is definitely picking up. Let me hurry up without compromising quality here. You know what I mean? If I'm being 100% with you, you feel what I'm saying? You got people who play too much, then you got people who are trying to go pro, then you got people who are cheating, that's your soft hackers, then you have your hard hackers, those are extremely rare, but they do exist. Then you have your VPN folks. These are 5 different possibilities of ruining your gameplay. Now let's say, oh, can't forget the lag switchers, Now for all my non-Call of Duty players, you're probably like, I don't know what any of that means, sir. I don't know what any of that means. Let me give you a little synapness, okay? So, the easiest one to understand is the people who play too much. That's your people trying to go pro, and that's your people who ain't doing crap else. Boy. Every time I look out that window, it looks worse. I look up and glance and things is looking bad. You know, those are your peoples who just playing 8, 9, 10 hours a day. You know, they say anytime you want to become a professional at something, you should be putting in a minimum of like 7-8 hours in. Okay, 7-8 hours minimum. So these people are playing 7-8 hours minimum. Then those are your lazy folks. They ain't doing crap else. They just want to play Call of Duty and fucking all dang day. Then you got your trying to go pro folks. These are the people who are playing 8 to 10 hours with Adderall. Come on, man. Some of these fools really be popping Adderall so they could be alert at all times. Now that's less common, but it definitely... Oh! I didn't mean to do that. But it definitely exists. Okay? It's much less common, but it exists. You feel what I'm saying? Then, let's move down the bar. Then you got your soft hackers. What's a soft hack? Soft hacks are hacks that are usually hard to detect at first. The game ain't gonna detect them. The fucking developers won't detect them. They don't give a crap to detect them half the dang time. And when you see it, you're probably like, dang, that feels real good. But then you really start to pay attention. It's like, okay, something's a little wrong with that. So a little quick snapness. Yesterday, while we were both playing Call of Duty, for those who know Nuketown, the map Nuketown, in the, what is it, the greenhouse, I think? In the greenhouse, you have that bedroom, and it has the bunk bed in it. I was camping out in the room because I needed to reload, but the gun I was using was a little slow to reload at the time. So I hopped up onto the top of the bed. A dude came up in the room looking up at the bed. He was already looking at me before he entered the room. He came in the room looking up. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, man, that's when we were both like, why are we playing this? And that was at that point we had got off. That crap was ridiculous. He came in the room looking up at me already, y'all. He didn't give a crap. He wasn't trying to hide nothing. So that's your soft hackers. That's your Cronus Zen. That's your Xenias and whatever else exists out there. Then you got your hard hacks. That's the more obvious one where people are like shooting you through walls and spawn killing you with constant headshots. Those are extremely rare. Then you got your VPN folks. These are mostly what the foreigner folks have to deal with if you're not playing on US servers. You ever get in a match with those peoples? Let's say you're in fucking Japan or something and you get in a match with a person and they're fucking impossible to kill and they're just kind of lagging all over the place and it's impossible to land a shot. You shoot first and you die first some dang how. That's your VPN folks. They're purposely using and boosting off VPNs so that they can get farther away countries that would typically have, you know, less than greater internet so that they can get easy kills, easy matches. People do that crap all the time. I tried to test it out back in the day, but I did it wrong. I went to a country that would probably have pretty dang good internet. Like an idiot. My fool self thought that it was based on distance. I didn't realize it was based on, you know, going to countries where the internet just wouldn't be that great. My fool self, I think I tried Greece. I thought it was based on distance. I'm like, oh shoot, Greece is super far away. Let me try that. Man, I got into a dang Greek war zone lobby and died near instantly. I died near instantly. That crap was hilarious. I heard a man speak a language I'd never heard before, at least in real life, and I got slaughtered. Like, all right, well, that's Greek lobbies. You're just as sweaty. I guess I'm doing this wrong. And then I learned that it was based on using countries who would have much less internet capability. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? And then it was at that moment I learned these fools is getting lobbies based on people whose connection is not good. At that moment, I'm like, okay, so that's a new thing that I didn't know people were doing. VPN boosting. And you have lag switching. Lag switching, I have no true idea on how it works. What I do know is that it is where it'll make everybody else's internet straight fucking crash. So you'll be lagging up like crazy. It'll be dang near impossible to move around the fucking lobby while the person that's lag switching is moving around with zero issues. Zero issues. Getting all the free kills that they need and every dang thing. While you and the enemy team is just fucking dying non-stop. So one time on Warcraft, somebody was doing some lag switching. Actually, it was more like a DDoS attack. And what happened was, on Warcraft, it's easier to see because things are much slower pace. So I was in the middle of a BG when we got hit with a DDoS attack. And everyone in the entire game stopped moving. How you could fix it was you log out and you log back in, and boom, you'll be back to normal. So what happened was I quickly logged out, logged back in. A couple other people did, and we were getting free kills on people who couldn't move. They couldn't even see if they were dying. They would close their game, load it back up, and they'll be dead. That's how it works with Call of Duty, but much faster pace, so you're bound to die far more often. So Warcraft, you know, people can have like 2 million health. You gotta knock all 2 million health down first. Call of Duty, you got 150 health. That's much faster to take down. So that's how that is. So now you combine all those together, makes the game unplayable. Oh, we gotta switch characters. That's a full 10. These look good. It makes it a terrible experience. Makes it a real terrible experience. Well, zombies is the truth, baby. Zombies, you ain't gotta deal with none of that. I just hope they bring back Outbreak. Let me switch characters real quick. Oh, time to switch over. Man, shoot, dude. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Yeah, man, I had to stop and take a meal break, baby. I was listening to some of my beats yesterday, making sure they actually sound good. Is that a big fucking toe on her? That's disgusting. Look, people. Now we're on to our first Latina. This is the first character I had ever made. I don't know what. Oh, that's right. That's right. I was like, you know what? I have mad red guards. I have mad Nordic characters. But I didn't have any Asian characters and I didn't have any Latin characters. So that's where this character came about, as well as the one Asian character I do have. I'm like, I don't know if there's a representation for those two. Okay, obviously there's Nords everywhere. Obviously there's red guards everywhere. Then you got cats and elves and crap. I was like, you know what, let me see if it's possible to make a Spanish character. She was the first. Came out great. And then the Asian character, which you might see in the future. Or just a part of a general photo session. I don't know if I'll be able to create more. That was even harder. The Asian characters were even harder than the Latin character. Because with the Latin character, there's the certain features you need, they exist. It's kind of like the opposite of Black Desert. Black Desert is extremely easy to make white and Asian characters. Hard as fuck to make black characters, Latin characters, and anybody else. This game, easy as fuck to make black and white characters. Hard to make everybody else. It was kind of the semi-opposite. You can easily make a red guard of Arabic descent or a red guard of black descent. You can easily make a Nord of any white people look. And everybody else, hard as fuck. Took forever to make this character. Then she has her actual own body. So the last character, her body is Aaliyah's body. This character's body is her own. So she's different. She's built a bit different. Also, I kind of forgot I got to mess up with the high heels, so I'm gonna figure out a way to make that work. I'm not sure how, but whatever. Yeah, I was sitting back, made me something to eat. I was starving. I got one more video to record after this one. That'll be for the gaming channel. I want to hop on a bunch of old Black Ops and see all my old emblems and stuff. So Black Ops 1, 2, and 3. I did not play 4. Plus, apparently 4 did not have customizable emblems, which is, what the heck is wrong with her leg, which is whack. But completely understandable considering the amount of people who are just making goofy racist emblems, PB emblems, you know, all kinds of strange stuff like that. The usual suspects, you know, nothing too surprising ever within the gaming world. Never. I'm trying to see if we can make these heels work, but these heels are a lot fucking bigger than I thought they were. Holy. Those are huge. I don't know why I thought they'd be any other way. People do here on Bethesda games. Normal mods? Don't happen. You feel what I'm saying? You think you're gonna get a mod that's normal? Pretty rare. I was quite surprised to see that someone had made a set of armor that was full body and didn't have a, you know, have it where you could make the character break it down into just a fucking thong and no top. You're probably wondering, did you download it? Of course I did. It was fly as fuck. You've seen it in an episode, believe it or not. The first Skyrim video not playthrough. The first Skyrim photo session I did over here a long time ago, where I was on Aaliyah and she was in that green and brown outfit. That's that outfit. It is a surprising outfit for female characters that ain't gonna have them half naked. Now, am I complaining? Of course, absolutely not. But for me, it's gotta be at least swaggy. It's gotta be at least swaggy. For me, it's gotta be at least swaggy. If it's not at least swaggy, then it don't count. Matter of fact, though, speaking of checking to see if my beats I made yesterday were any good, which I'm sure they were because I didn't make them late at night. That's usually the mistake I make, is when I make new music, is I'll make it at night when I'm like fucking half awake. And I'll wake up the morning, like, man, this is good. But this one's garbage. You get like one or two good ones and the rest of them fucking suck. Sure, out of all of the musicians that probably watch this, I'm sure that's something y'all probably have done many times. I do it. Then they're late as fuck making beats. Wake up the next day, it's like, man, this one or two is good, but these other 6 are horrible. That's how you know you did too much and it's gonna be whack. Some of them gonna be whack. You wake up the next day and you made like 8 beats or something. I could do that wide awake and most of them will come out good. Pretty much all of them will come out good because I was awake for the entire thing. But if I do that late at night, 80% of those beats are gonna be trash as fuck. well, depending on how late, of course. It's like right before I'm about to go to sleep, and for some reason I just have the urge to make a bunch of beats, then that's when it's probably gonna be a couple of whack ones. Probably gonna be a few whack joints. This one though, it's right here. That joint right there, heat, boy. Oh, what other ones did I make? What's this one? Oh, this one, yeah. Little R&B drill type joint. You know what I'm saying? Something smooth, you know what I mean? Something smooth, because I'm always making these devious, evil sounding beats. I'm like, you know what? Let me make something smooth, man. And I was working on a little Memphis joint. You know what I'm saying? Something light, you know what I mean? Something light. You feel me? And I was like, you know what? I keep making all these Memphis joints, you know what I mean? These dark joints, robbing people joints. Let me make something smooth. You know what I mean? So that's where the little drill joint came in. You hear that? That's something you and your lady, or you and your mans, or whoever, you know what I mean? Y'all doing y'all thing, you know what I'm saying? You gotta make smooth music sometimes. You gotta make music for everybody. Because dudes will listen to the darker beats. Ladies ain't gonna listen to this stuff. You know what I mean? You gotta make beats for everybody. She a fucking thug type. You out here robbing people just like the dudes out here robbing people. Or you just like darker music, of course. I ain't got time to be robbing no anybody. You stuck in prison, now you gotta worry about Big Bubba or Big Tony or Big Pedro, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody got time for that. You know what I mean? Little Dang in the building. Little Dang looking at you and he wants some of that thing, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody got time for that. Let me stop. Let me stop. Anybody got time for that prisoner activity? Goodness gracious, that is nastiness. Hearing lightning? Oh shoot, the storm is picking up. I can't tell what the fuck that is. Oh, that's an airplane. I'm about to say, what am I hearing? That's an airplane. I'm like, that is either the loudest and most ongoing thunder I've ever heard in my life, or death is near. What the fuck? That's an airplane. It's raining kind of hard, so the sound is skewered. The sound is a bit skewered. Oh, that's a good way to see the shoes. Look at the shoes. What the? I don't know if y'all seeing what I'm seeing. Something is wrong with her. Oh, this mod is old as fuck. I forgot I downloaded this mod like 5 years ago. No, more than that. Like 7 years ago. It's showing because I wasn't using C, B, B, E at the time. Maybe people won't notice. Shoes is clean though. I mean, it's pretty noticeable, but I wanted the shoes, man. Unless I can find some different shoes on. Let's see what other shoes do we have. We'll be right back, folks. Alright, boom. Yeah, I mean, find her some new shoes. Alright, let me stop there because I got copyright. I'm already know I'm gonna get hit copyright for that sample. But it's all good. Sometimes you gotta swag out, yeah, I mean. Rain stopping soon. Don't look like it. Oh, rain stopping soon. You sure? Don't look like it. I thought it was raining harder than it actually was. That was the dang rain coming off the roof. I'm like, oh, dude, would you look at that? It's not actually raining hard. Let's see here. Ooh. Wait, okay, we got a new issue. Why the fuck? I can't see it because of the heels, but why does that look like that? Oops! Where the heck am I? How the heck did I get over here? Okay, yeah, them shoes is Shoes are stretching her you got them finger looking. Man, whatever, dude. Shoot. Like you gonna see any dang thing anyways. But no, yeah, it wasn't even raining that hard. I mean, we need the dang rain. It's gonna be hot. It's just gonna be hot this year, I'm sure. But this year, I have a feeling it's gonna be hot, nasty hot. And I don't mean like, oh man, it's 90 degrees. Oh man, it's 100. No, I mean 115, 118, possibly peaking higher. Good part is live close to the mountains, so the breeze comes down and cools it down. So we usually don't see those 118s over here. Typically 115, a whole lot better. Yeah, not really, but I mean 115 definitely feels different from 118. That's for sure. You can tell, at least as a long-time resident. You know, when you're not a long-time resident, you can't tell the dang difference. It's disgusting. Now me, I've lived in the desert my whole dang life, so it ain't nothing for me. I mean, it's something. The heat is always going to be the heat. You never truly get used to it. That just doesn't happen. It's too dang hot. But it is slightly better than receiving that 118. Last time we was having 118 on average, it was awful. It was nasty, man. It was horrible. Like, holy. And it never got any better that entire summer until, of course, different seasons started coming in where it finally started cooling down. We back up. I mean, she got the shorts on. These are actually safe shorts. These shorts don't ever, you know what I mean, have to ever, these shorts never have to put me in censor mode. Whoever made these shorts made them good and reliable, okay? Good and reliable shorts right here. It be hot though. The heat is the heat. You never truly get used to it. This is why things like heat stroke exist. Like, oh man, it be hot, but I'm used to it. Not exactly. You might think you are. Never truly. What is this? 117? Can I move this? See if I can actually move her into the chair. That rarely ever works, but try. Yeah, this is about what I expected. So let's go ahead and boom. Now she's in the chair and ready to go. What was that? 1751, I think? Something around there. Yeah, the heat is the heat though. I be hearing people say it all the time. I be telling people the truth. Like one time this it's a couple from Texas and they were asking people, like, yo, people in Vegas, how does it feel? I left a comment on their video telling them like what Vegas is like, and of course, to no surprise, my comment got mad upvotes because I pretty much summed it up pretty nicely. And it's like, you're not used to dead dry heat, that's gonna get you. Number one. Number two, there's not very much middle ground here. You either ain't got no, you either got no money or you got some money. You know what I mean? There's not very much of a middle class here. Kinda, sort of. I mean, there is, but middle class somewhere else ain't middle class here. You know what I'm saying? If somebody's like, oh, middle class in New York, you know, you're paying $1,000 a month. Here, probably like $3,000 a month. So, you gotta come with the bucks if you expect to live lux, you know? Or the best thing I could think of. In the heat, once again, the heat, you do not get used to the heat. The heat is the heat. I've been here my whole fucking life. It's hot, it's hot. Your body will let you know. I personally have never fainted or no crap like that, but you know, it is very possible. If you're not big on drinking water, I know people who fucking, it's so weird. There are people who like can't stand drinking water. Like, how can you not? Man, shoot, I'm mad I forgot to refill my water right now. You get a cold thing of water and you get to sipping, it's like life-changing. You know what I mean? These people who just drink juice and crap is like, You don't do that. Gatorade, if you're gonna drink any sugary drink, make it be Gatorade, because Gatorade will make sure that you don't fucking fall out and bake and die in the heat. The heat is the heat, though. It's real out here. Blocks stay hot, and not because people's doing crimes. I mean, there is that too, but no place is safe of crime. Every place has its crime. Here, though, it's the worst kind. People always talking about murder this and murder that, and I'd rather be dead than some of the crap that people be going through here. Cyberpunk, that is all that man plays now. Goodness gracious, Cyberpunk, greatest game of all time. I just wish there was some more things that would add, like, actual cutscenes and stuff. That would bring that game to an unworldly level. It would easily become the greatest game of all time if it had proper cutscenes and all that good stuff. This character seems so tall, or is this chair just that small? Because this isn't a tall character, but yet she seems tall as fuck in this little bitty chair. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. The heat is the heat out here, baby. It's hot. And to no surprise whatsoever, they never end up moving. You gotta real be with people. Thinking. I can't tell if that's thunder or loud construction work. There is those construction workers back there, but that's thunder. I'm about to shut this computer off. We're gonna have to finish this video another time. It's raining kind of hard again. It is crazy to see this much rain. It's been raining for like 2 days straight now. It's insane. That does not happen here. But it's needed. Fucking dry out here. Keep it up, this desert gonna dang die. Man, see the safety shorts, dude. These shorts is real safety, man. If this was any other outfit, I would have had to censor that. Fart. Okay, actually, I think we fair enough. That's that whole first part. Actually, let's go to another area. I never use these other areas as much. Character customization. Yeah, we need the water out here. A desert. Once a desert turns into that fine sand, there's no such thing as coming back. They're sucking so much dang water out of this dang desert. So 2 days of rain is very good. It's extremely good, actually. They're trying to suck the life out of this dang place. This desert to repair itself before it's too late. Why can't I hear music? I forgot I muted the music because it was so dang loud. I was trying to listen to my beats. You're trying to suck the life out of this desert. I think it's got a lot of decent spots though. But if I had to go with like a place to actually live where there's good community and stuff like that, there are many places that are far better, that's for sure. Texas and stuff like that. Like if you're looking for a good place where there's good community, Texas. But of course, Texas is one of those places you gotta go with money. You ain't got money. Oof. Boy, shoot, boy. You ain't got no money trying to live in Texas. Ooh. Ew. Florida's a good one. Florida also a place where you're probably gonna have to go with a bit of money, because if not, freaking yikes. Places you gotta live, places you gotta live. There's places, you know what I mean? There's places you just gotta be careful, you know? Gotta be careful where you're headed at certain places. There's the places where you gotta keep that thing on you. Now, me personally, I don't really carry my my piece very often. I don't really feel the need to. But there's certain places you live in, you ain't got a choice. Cause me, I've always liked guns just because a lot of them look cool. But I personally do not feel that I need to carry them around. I don't You know, people know who they can and can't mess with. Certain people you stare at and it's like, okay, I can probably bother that guy. They're like goofy fucking YouTube pranksters and stuff. They go after the people that they know they can go after. Sometimes they miscalculate who they're looking at. Certain places though, you know, it's not gonna be some goofy TikToker or some dang prankster. It's gonna be somebody who's actually looking to get what you got. Texas and Florida is definitely two places where, you know, of course it all depends on where you headed and where you're going, where you're at, but, dude, Texas is home of the jugging, man. You gotta be careful. The fuck is a jugging, Jaden? What's that? What does that mean? Little fools who robbing houses in a speed run house robbing, pretty much. Call it jugging. Rob as many houses as you can in one day. I mean, if you're driving around through Texas and you're trying to go home, but you notice that there's a car following you, you have unfortunately been targeted for a jug. It's messed up, but it's true. That's how that little goofy fool TK going. That's why that little goofy fool TK going to prison. Dang dummy, blowing up in the music, but still wanted to keep jugging. And ended up killing 2 people in the process. Now that man got 133 years. I couldn't imagine being the talk of the fucking town and then ruin it by doing something stupid. And it ain't just rappers. That's the funniest thing too, is you always got people picking and choosing rappers to talk about. It's definitely not just rappers. I mean, look at the platform we're on. A few people did some dumb crap that ruined their careers. Lying on other YouTubers' names, being a creeper, all kinds of crap. It is insane out here what people are doing. It is amazing, honestly. Oh man, I've worked so hard to build this amazing and powerful career. Let me use it in the worst way possible. It's like, okay, everybody knows, you TK, you a real dude, you know what I mean? You was born in Cali. Okay, your whole family was Crips. Now you in Texas, you doing your thing, you jugging, but you have a career that's fucking blowing up. It's time to stop the stupid crap. And it's not like he was like, you know, his songs was getting like 60,000 views and some lowly crap like that, right? Nah, man, I'm talking about millions. Everybody named Mama know TK. TK's name is starting to become a household name. That's how big he was blown up. He was blown up so big, people started taking his rap style. He was one of the very few people during the SoundCloud era who was not a fucking mumble rapper. You could actually understand what he was saying. He had his own flow. And even though he was mad young, he still had a raw sound in his voice. You know how hard it is to be 5'5", skinny as fuck, a high-pitched voice and still sound hard? That was TK. But no, he fucking decided, you know what, I'm gonna keep robbing people. Ended up killing a young Mexican kid and a black kid and beat an old white man. Now this dude got 130 years in prison. People thought he was going to be coming out at 60-something years old. Nope. He's not coming out. Even if he decided to be on good behavior, he would still have like 80 years or some crap. Alrighty, we have our last and newest character. Okay, I made her probably like a week ago now. I mean, I ain't seen nothing with this character. I'm trying to find a good spot here in Solitude, because Solitude is beautiful, but I don't know where the heck to go. Her dress is clipping a little bit, but that's fine because you ain't really see it. Man, I forgot how fucking gorgeous Solitude is. I ain't made none of my characters be here in a hot minute. I was, when I pulled up with the carriage, talking to the carriage guy, he was like, beautiful old city. And now here we here. I forgot how pretty this place is, man. I think I need to change the time because it's behind the mountains, but city isn't, it doesn't go out that direction. Yeah, big old bird doesn't go out that direction for us to make this work. I want to do it here though, because this place is indeed a beautiful old city. Don't know where to go. Anywhere where there's good lighting, that's what I'm looking for. Hey. Alrighty then. It's not that way. Oh yeah, I had to see the place real quick. I forgot this place is beautiful, man. Look at it. All pretty and crap, man. I don't know what the heck is wrong with the Christmas tree, but you know. Alright, I found a spot. It's kind of an odd spot, but this wall is definitely more than thick enough to hold. You know what I mean? He's got a random potion over there, so clearly somebody was hiding potions and loot. You gotta be careful though. I don't know 100% about this outfit, but yeah, this is good. This is good. This is fun. I forgot how gorgeous Solitude was, man. I ain't had none of my characters here in a long time, so kinda forgot. Really pretty place. I also realized my dang time frame was at default. That's why the sun kept moving so dang fast between pictures. Like, I'm not even freaking getting time to operate here without having to constantly reverse the dang time. I had the time scale at default, which is times 20. I got it down to 2 right now. I'm sure I could put it lower, but the fastest way is just by putting it 2. So, you know what I'm saying? But this character right here, this was the second character I had made. She is another character that has her own body type. Alright, she has that body type of a person, you know what I mean, who's, you know what I mean, they kind of fit, but they're more of a front thick, as you can see. By her, quite substantial sized. She ain't got, you know what I mean, she ain't got a whole lot of booty though. I mean, like I said, I like to keep my characters different from each other. I don't like them all to have the same build. Not everybody's gonna be muscular, not everybody's gonna be skinny, not everybody's gonna be thicker, not everybody's gonna be chunky. Everybody's body is different, you know. I like to keep my characters that way to make it all realistic. This character has that, what would you call it? That what are they, busty? Something like that? That I don't like that word, but that's the word, you know what I mean? That's the word. She would definitely be more of a top-heavy type of person. As you can very clearly see. Like I said though, everybody gotta be different. I can't have all my characters built the same. They don't make no sense. You feel me? So there's another character that took a hot minute. Latin features, which do not exist within the game normally. That's number 1, and then number 2, making her her own body type and trying to think like what should she be built as. I mean, because I have too many characters and I don't want them all built the same. I don't really worry too much about that with my male characters. There is something that somebody made where you can do different body types for the male characters. The problem with that is the muscular build for the male characters to me is perfectly fine. Number 1, and number 2, the joint that somebody made is basically the male version of CBBE, where it's so you can make real pretty male characters. You know, that's not really my style, so you know, the muscular build that they come with normally is perfectly fine. But if you didn't know, now you know. I'm pretty sure it's called himbo or something like that, which is a play on the word bimbo, which is, if I'm remembering correctly, I don't remember 100% because those are mostly white people words. It's a pretty much a blonde who's real pretty but kind of dumb, an airhead essentially. I don't know why white folks be making up so many words like these. You know, it seems kind of messed up, but hey, to each their own. That's been a thing forever though, dumb blonde. I've been hearing about that since I was a kid. Like, you don't hear stuff like that in other communities. I wonder why white folks do it so much. You do not hear that for black folks. You're the dumb, you're not. I never heard Spanish folks say it. You know, I guess that might be mostly a white folks thing. I ain't never heard that till I heard it from a TV show back in the day when I was a kid. Dumb, blonde, airhead, bimbo, stuff like that. Like, dang, it's messed up. I know that's gotta feel bad for all the folks who got blonde hair and ain't dumb. Especially in like the early 2000s. That was huge in the early 2000s, I feel like. You saw that crap every dang where. It's like you could not be a blonde and go any dang where without somebody quite possibly thinking that you're gonna be dumb just because of your hair color. I was like way back when women who were born with black hair were considered witches. I'm like, dang, that's messed up. Born with black hair, you're a witch. Like, you know, that person just got black hair. I mean, black hair is typically rare with most folks, but it's like, dang, son, just some hair. It's just some hair. So yeah, I won't be using it, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm sure it probably has features that you can use to make your character more muscular, different types of builds. But it seems like it's more of a... more to make prettier male characters, much like you can make prettier female characters with the CBBE build. But I mean, shoot, if you can make more muscular built characters or just different types of body types, and they don't all have to be pretty boy builds, shoot, somebody let me know. I need to make my lizard character back. I feel like a lizard, he should be a little bit more shredded. Reptiles tend not to have a lot of fat on them. Reptiles are typically fucking muscle bound, so if I'm gonna make an Argonian man, he should probably be a little bit more shredded than my red guard, who as a human we naturally have a little bit more fat on us. You know, unless you are purposely training to have as little as possible, but for the norm, you want that anyways. You kind of got to have a little bit on your body, not so much to obviously where it's access, but to where you can live normally and comfortably your daily basis. Because I used to fucking be looking at people and I was like, you know, I should try to fucking shred down like that. When I learned how much it takes for you to get there, I'm like, okay, never mind. I'm like, holy, they said the discomfort, the imbalancing, all of that, because your body weight, you have a specific amount of body weight that you're supposed to have. I would have to go way lower than I ever needed to. I'm like, nah, I'd rather not. I already struggle to break past certain weights, so now I have to reduce weight and keep weight at the same time. Yikes, man, I'm not no dang professional bodybuilder, so that would be way too much time I would be dedicating into something that really ain't super healthy, you know what I'm saying? Shredding down and dang near removing every bit of fucking body fat as much as you can. Bodybuilders, man, they be going through some crap to pull that off. Them dudes be doing that crap at like 250, 220, 280, 300 pounds. Oof, ooh. Obviously, once you hit like those ranges, that comes a steroid play, but still, it's the same thing. Reducing that, even at my smaller size versus a man at 280, it's the same thing. Starving yourself down enough to obviously where you won't lose your muscle, but you lose a crap ton of fat. I forgot what they call it because a long time ago I was looking at all that. Like, shoot, boy, I don't know about that. That's too much. I don't know about that, son. You know what I mean? I like my exercise and I like being strong and all that. So I'm gonna keep with that, you feel what I'm saying? But to be super shredded, nah, I'm cool on that. I'm cool. That's too much work, boy. But for animals, because they constantly live a daily life of moving and surviving, a lot of animals ain't got no choice. When you're constantly on the run, you're gonna be a lot more shredded than a human who's chilling comfortably at home, like right now, how I'm sitting here taking pictures of my little Skyrim characters. You know, you don't really get this option as a lion. This ain't exactly a thing in your world. Constantly on the move, constantly on their survival, constantly on the go. You notice animals that are stupidly large and don't have to constantly be on the go. They typically are much heavier, like an elephant. Who the fuck really gonna pull up on an elephant? Stop an elephant? Nothing. You know what I mean? Those are absolute mass monsters. You know, people always talk about the lion, the king of the jungle. Psyche boo boo. Get mud stumped by a fucking elephant in no time flat, boy. Let him make one good mistake and get caught. He's done. I give it more to a tiger, if anything. Tigers are solo killers, so they actually know how to fight. Most lions, you know, they kill in packs. They don't fight. That's like when you hear people talking about, well, who would win, lion or tiger? Like, are you serious? You clearly don't know much about these two big felines. One can get extremely massive. Okay, tigers. And the other typically is a group fighter. And if he's not a group fighter, he's just not big enough. Your biggest lion ain't coming close to your biggest tiger, okay? Not even close. There's a major difference between those two. Major difference. Matter of fact, I believe it's the Siberian tiger that is ridiculous. I don't even remember how to spell that. Siberian, definitely not that. I put Cyberrain. Siberian tiger. If I'm not mistaken, them fools get up to like what, 600-700 pounds? I was about right, 660. Lions ain't getting that big. Okay. The biggest is the African lion. Let me see. If I'm not mistaken, they get up to like 300. 420? Okay, that's not bad, but you know, that's 240 pounds down. So that's a whole nother big cat. That's a whole man. That's a small, that's a medium-sized gorilla. There's a lot of animals in between at 240. That's a large man. That's a medium gorilla. That's a big cat. Another big cat. That's a female lion. A lot of animals in between that. That's a wildebeest. A lot of creatures in between that weight. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I like this angle better than from the last one I just took. Boom. And delete the other one. Check the quality on these. These are clean. She's looking fancy. And that is all 3 characters, my good peoples. I'm about to go ahead, record a quick little Call of Duty video. That video being, you know what I mean? Some freaking showing off, some old emblems from older Call of Duties and crap. Because I got a lot of stuff I ain't seen in years. Probably over a decade, and I want to check them out. So, with that being said, you can go check out the gaming channel if you want. But make sure you subscribe here, hit that like button, that subscribe button, that notification bell, share with people to join Legendary Playing Sports Channel and become legendary. I upload all things photography and cinematics, virtual, real life, sometimes AI. With that being said, oh, check out all the links in the description. You might find some stuff you might like. With that being said, I'm out.